No hang-ups. Okay, I gotta see here where I'm at. I'm not sure which one I've done and which I haven't. I think I did both of those over there. Okay. I think we're over here, or I may have done this one too. I don't really remember. But I'm going to start with this anyway. This is Jane. Recently, the Surgeon General has determined that hang-ups can be hazardous to your health. The messages you fail to leave may accumulate in your nervous system and later manifest as various maladies. To name but a few: chapped lips, great big hickeys, major earwax buildup, fatal toe jam, hairballs, navel shifting, nose bunions. Oh, my Lord. Beep. Welcome back to Sassy Granny Vlogs. Hello, everybody. This is Shay, and today is Wednesday. Pretty sunshiny day out there. I'm going to let y'all stare at... Whoa. Don't fall over, please. Stare at my bowl of scrap fabrics here. I'm not doing anything with them. This is just to give y'all something to look at. I got something I want to share with y'all. I can't remember if I have actually ever shared this on my blog or not. If I did, it was like real early when I first started, which was way back in 2012. So I can't remember that far back. And I know I've got lots of different people these days that I had back then. And so anyway, I'm going to share my testimony with y'all. Years ago, when I was a 13-year-old little girl, living at home with my mom and dad. And we've always been a church family. We still are. We go to a Pentecostal church. And so when I was young like that, I don't know why. And even today, not as much as I did back then, but every once in a blue moon, I will find a little water blister on me. Mostly on my hands and fingers and stuff. So I was always getting those when I was younger. Well, me, being that young, and when they would pop up, I didn't like them, I didn't want them there, and I've always had long fingernails like this, and I've never kept them filed and shaped good and pretty. They've just been long, and they would have sharp edges, and all of that, and be a little crooked. I've just never been one to primp and prime and fix myself up. So anyway, when I'd get these little water blisters, I'd take my nails and I would pop that little joker and get rid of it. Well, my mama would tell me, Shay, you don't need to do that. You're gonna end up getting blood poison. Well, lo and behold, if my mama wasn't right. 'Cause one day, and I remember when I busted it too, I found another water blister, and it was on my hand, right about here. And I popped that little joker. We was in the car. I don't know where we was going. Now, I can't remember if it was Daddy and Mama both up front, and Daddy was driving, and I'm in the back. Usually when it was just me and Mama, I rode up front. So I think it was. Or either Mama was driving and some other adult, one of my aunts or something, was with us, Anyway, I was in the back seat. And I seen that little water blister and I popped it. Well, it started getting red around it. And then there was some little lines that kind of started, okay? So the little blister was right here. And the red line started going this way. And then there was also one that started going this way from it. So we had went to church one service. I don't know if it was a Sunday or a Wednesday. I don't know if it was a morning or a night service. But we went to church. And my hand had it had done getting real red, and the lines started coming up, and it had started swelling and hurting me a little bit. So our pastor's wife was a real good friend of my mama's, Sister Francois, and she played it was the organ or the piano, I can't remember which. And during song service, all the ladies would stand on this side of the building up front, and all the men would stand on that side up front to sing our songs. Well, we was standing up there, and it happened to be Mama and me right by the organ where our pastor, Sister Francois, was playing and singing. So Mama showed my hand to Sister Francois and asked her, "What do you think that is? Do you think that's looking like blood poison?" And so Sister Francois said, yes, it did. So she told Mama what to do. Now, back then, I was young, and I had a whole lot of faith. And Lord, I wish today that I had that kind of faith again. I pray and ask God to give me my 13-year-old faith back. But we believed in trusting in the Lord. Back then, we didn't go to doctors. We didn't take medicine, over-the-counter medicine, nothing for anything. So Sister Francois had told Mama to get some Epsom salt and put it in real hot water and soak my hand. And they prayed for me. Okay, we go home, in the next 2 or 3 days, my hand is like really swollen. It's really hurting. Mama's been soaking it in hot Epsom salt water, and my lines have started growing and getting darker, really, really red. And this line came around between my thumb and first finger, and it came up like this. And both of these lines, one was under here and one was up here, and they just kept going, and they got to my elbow area on the inside. I think they even got a little higher. And this was over 2 or 3 days, and it hurt, and we kept soaking it. So it was real bad one time, and Mama called Brother and Sister Francois over to the house, and they prayed for me again that night. And then, and soaked my hand again. Then Mama tucked me in bed, and my daddy, the way he worked, was he worked off. He would have to leave and be gone like the whole month at a time, because he calibrated meters on gas trucks. And so he was getting ready that night to leave the next morning to be gone a while. Well, he was worried about me. And actually, my daddy, he didn't have as much faith as me and Mama did. And so he would take like over-the-counter aspirin for headaches or whatnot, And he was so worried about me with this blood poison that he wanted to scare me into going to the doctor. So he point blank looked at me and pointed, and he said, "Sherry, if them red lines gets on up there to your heart, you're gonna die." He tried to scare me. But I had my faith. I trusted God. And I just could not see myself. I was 13. I was a kid. I still had my whole life ahead of me. I could not see myself dying I knew God was not going to let me die. So I told Daddy that. I said, Daddy, God's not going to let me die. But then I looked at him and I also said, but if he does, I'm going to go to heaven. I'll be ready to go to heaven because I had the Holy Ghost and I'd been baptized in Jesus' name. And so I was ready. So he was going to leave. Like, he woke up probably like around 4 o'clock in the morning while it was still dark out and everything to leave and go to his job for a whole month. So we all went to bed that night, after the principal had come over and prayed for me and everything. Daddy was getting up early to go to work, and he had Mama to come in the bedroom and check on my hand. And back then, my mama's mama, Mama Walker, she lived with us. And I slept with her at night. She would not sleep by herself. She wanted me, her bed partner. I would even sneak sometimes in my bedroom and get in my bed, and I'd hear her footsteps coming down the hall. And she'd be saying, well, I guess I lost my bed partner. It was so funny. But anyway, so I was in the bed with Mom that night, and Daddy had Mama come in and check on me, and she'd come and check. And when she looked, now see, I was sound asleep. She never woke me up or anything, but she told me about it the next morning. She looked, and she was able to go back and tell Daddy that the red lines, both of them, were very, very, very fading and looked like they were shortening and backing down, not being so long. And so Daddy felt good about it, and he went on to work. And so, I got up that morning, and Mama was looking, and they was even more fadeder and going away. And so the Lord was healing me, and that blood poison went away, and I was okay, and I didn't die. And so that's my testimony. The Lord saved me from blood poisoning and didn't let me die. Well, he's been good to me all my life. So when I was young, married, I had my oldest daughter, Elizabeth. She was like, I'm trying to think now and remember if I had Katie. I can't remember. I may have just had Katie and she was a baby. So that means Elizabeth was 3 years old. But Elizabeth had gotten sick with real high fever. And she felt really bad. And I think she had been throwing up and everything. And so we put her to bed, but we had called our pastor and, believe it or not, Brother Gentry, our good friends, which is my baby daughter, Katie's husband's daddy. And they come over and prayed for her. And so she believed and trusted in the Lord, and we all did too. And so they left, and we went into the living room, and she was still in her bed. But in a little bit, she gets up out of her bed and comes in the living room and starts playing. And she don't have her fever no more and feels just as cool as all get out. So the good Lord healed my baby that night too. So he's just always got his hands on us, protecting us in wrecks that we've had and just all kind of stuff. My oldest daughter hit a head first an 18-wheeler when she first started learning to drive. Was on her way to work one morning, and the 18-wheeler was coming. She had looked down trying to find her phone or something. And when she looked up, that 18-wheeler was right in front of her, and she had hit it. And then went in a ditch and hit a tree, too. But she was okay. The Lord had his hands on her and kept her okay. So he's helped me. He's helped me and Rex as well. And he's helped both of my daughters. And he helped my husband. My husband had a heart attack several years ago now, and he's still with us. So the Lord has had his hands on me and my family, and I am so very thankful for that. Thank you, sweet Jesus. And I just wanted to share that with y'all. So I will let y'all go now. If any of y'all have any testimonies y'all'd like to share with me, please put it in the comments below. I sure would love to read about them. Okay, guys, I'll let y'all go, and we'll see y'all in the next clip. Toodaloo. Hello. See the sun shining out there? This is still Wednesday. Boy, I took me a nice long nap over there in my chair. So now I woke up and went to the bathroom, and then I got my lunch. So this is my lunch. This is a calzone, and it's a pizza calzone. So there's the pepperoni right there, and it's good. So I just thought I'd share with y'all what I was having for lunch. When I get through eating my lunch, I'm watching videos right now while I'm sitting here. See my stand, sitting here in front of my phone. While I eat, I like to sit and watch videos, and I'm not bored that way. And I can look out my window, and I can see birds and squirrels and sometimes turtles and stuff like that. And that's enjoyable. I gotta get in there in my kitchen and wash some dishes, though, after I eat my lunch. Then I will get in my craft room again for a little bit, and have some more fun. And I've been busy this morning before my nap in there. I hadn't actually crafted anything, but I've been busy. Like, I wrote in my journal, and then I've been working and making video clips and putting them together, making my vlogs and putting one up, and I got plans for another one. This one I'm finishing up will go up tomorrow. I done put one up today, and then I got another one plans. I'm gonna work on it and to put up for Friday if I can get it finished. Excuse me, sorry y'all, I am eating. Drinking plain water here. Okay, so that is all I have for you for right now, and I believe this brings us to the end of this vlog. We'll be cutting it off kind of short, but that's fine. So I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'll let y'all go, and I'll get started on the next vlog. And so I will see you in the next vlog. Toodaloo.